Okay, so today we are reading map. Got it? Put it there. Okay, so mm, we have a string here. Like earlier, some older programmings, like I'm saying, string here. We read like Pleasanton, Pleasanton. If there is a question like, okay, tell me how many number of vowels, what is the total vowels are there in this string? Okay, what is the programming? What is the code for that one? Like you will be using a for loop, iterating each character, check if it is a E, A, E, O, U, then increase the counter, count plus plus, right? Got it? So we will have a counter to increase the total. Like okay, so that counter will be the final counter will let you know like the total number of vowels or total number of characters or whatever is total number of. Now if I have, so the program for that will be like okay, for I'll just repeat, for int I equals to 0, I is less than what is the string, so s dot length, right? And then I plus plus. Okay, now it will be, if I'll iterate, it will be character ch equals to string is mine what, dot s dot what, how will I get a character of each string? S dot char at index. What index I'll give, it will be that index. So now suppose first example my character is p, second example, second iteration my character will be l, e, like that it will go away, it will go on, right? Then I can check if c equals to e, okay, or ch equals to a, like all these vowel conditions, 5 conditions I'll check. Then what I can do, I'll have a counter here somewhere, so I can put the counter outside because it is one variable, right? So how will you do? So I'll have a counter int count equals to 0. Now you can do count plus plus, right? And when the for loop ended, it will have the whole counter. Suppose now we have e, a, o, total 4, so it will return when output will be, if will print, it will be 4. Count value will be, what is this, count value will be 4, right? Okay, so this is straightforward. Now if I'll ask a question, tell me the how many characters repeat each time. For example, here a is repeated 2 times, and n is repeated 2 times, p is 1 time. Like each character, how many, like how it is repeated, what is the count of each character? Now you can't store, right, in one variable how many character of each character, how many count of each character, right? So what is the way? So somewhere I have to store, okay, e is repeated 2 times, or a is repeated 2 times, p is repeated 1 time, so I have to store like that, my requirement will be. So in Pleasanton, suppose I am giving here Pleasanton, then the output will be what? So I want p repeated 1 time, l repeated 1 time, e repeated 1 time, a repeated 2 times, n repeated 2 times, like all the characters, the total. So somewhere I need to store, okay, these things like this. So for that only we use a data type called map. So till now we read all these data types called list, we read set. It was like single values, right? We are using list dot add, like not list, the variable al dot add we are using like that. Say in something like for set also we are using set dot add, like single values, something we are adding abc or adding here like single values. So map is a data type which stores in key value pairs. So that means key is like what, in this case a is how many times, 2 times, p is how many times, 1 times. So we have a key, and value can be anything, like for example you're counting, then value can be total number of counts. Or suppose you have a data type, you created a map for address, so you can store like okay, one key is name, value is Sunita, and city is, you can say, key is city, so value is Pleasanton. So state like that you can create. So this is called key value pair. Okay, so map is nothing but key key value pair, key value pair, right? So these all two these things are called key, and these are called values. So one key one value, one key one value. So map stores key value pair, right? Now we'll come to this problem. So we know like where to use map, where you have to store some key and some value, we'll use always map is most of the time lot of programmings we use map. Basically this is a simple programming, like they'll ask, tell me the total number of characters repeating in the string, or how many characters repeated in string. So this kind of programs they will ask. Okay, so similar list we have a class called array list, linked list. Set we have a class called uh, okay, I'll go here one more time. So list is interface, list is a interface. So it has classes called array list, it has classes called linked list, right? So you'll create list, list equals to new linked list, list equal to new array list, like you'll create. Similarly set is a interface. Okay, so it has classes like hash set, and we can create also linked hash set. I didn't tell you on that day earlier. So hash set is you, it doesn't maintain insertion order. Like if you add set dot add 1, set dot add 2, set dot add 3, if you print it can be 3 to 1 2 1 3 randomly, because it's stored on a set. But we have a linked sorry, this is not linked list, this is linked hash set. So similarly everything, like you have a list here. Okay, how we can, so here we have a set, so it is linked hash set. So if you're adding set, we'll create object of linked hash set, and we'll add set dot add 1, set dot add 2, like that you will create three variables, set dot add 3. If you are creating an object of linked hash set, that means set equals to new linked hash set. If you are creating, then it will create, it will, or if you are adding, it will maintain the insertion order, like how it will maintain the order. But if you are creating set equals to new hash set, if you are creating, so it will not maintain any order, like it can be randomly, right? It will no order, basically I'll say. So we have this set and list. Now similarly I told you, if you want to store a key value pair, how you can store? So that is an interface called, we have an interface called map. Map is an interface. What is an interface? Interface doesn't have any it has only method signature. Those methods doesn't have any body. It only tells the class what methods to implement. So we are using WebDriver as an interface. Chrome driver is a class. Chrome driver has methods like dot get dot all these things. So that will be, it has bodies. So similarly map is an interface, it will have all these methods, put, remove, all these methods, but without body. So the implementing class for map is what? Hash map. And similarly how we have a linked hash map, linked structure. So we'll have another class called linked hash map. Most of the time, depending on, if you don't care about what order it is coming, then you can use hash map. That is we use most of the time. Linked hash map is, if you want to store in order, then you need a linked hash map. Okay, straightforward. And so how will you create a object of hash map then, if I'm storing? So object of hash map, you will create like same thing, map, but as I said, it's key value pair. Earlier how we used to create list, list or set. So you are creating set of, in this angular bracket we are creating like which type, set of string, set equals to new, you are creating new hash set, like that you are creating, right? Now in map, how can you create? I said key value pair. So key can be anything, doesn't matter key, what is the key is a string, value should be string. It can be anything, key can be string, value can be integer, right? Key can be character, value can be integer, and it will be always not the what you can say normal data structure like int. It is a integer class or string class, like that. So for example, I am creating here, just beginning, I'm creating a string type, both I'm creating string. So I can create string map. So this first is key, second part is value. That means I'm saying my key is string, value is string. Okay, map equals to new hash map, same structure, like however you are writing, same new hash map. So this is how I created. Okay, now to store the value in the map, in set and a list we had add method, right? So here we have a method called map dot put put. So obviously it will take two parameters. So I'm saying okay, name, and then comma. So the value of the name value is Sunita, so like this. So I can add map dot put. So I can say city equals to, here I can add Pleasanton. Okay, map dot put as a state equals to California. So like this. Now my map contains how many elements? Map contains three elements, right? So mm, okay. Now how to get all the values of, now I said it doesn't matter if it is a hash map, it doesn't store the insertion order, it will be random. So if you will print, it can be first printed city, then next time it will be name, like that it may print, right? If I want to store, if I want to get all the values, so I may have a condition, I want to get all the values of the map. So how I can do? So if I have a method called map dot, you know map dot, okay, forget about that one. So now set, you added set dot add. How to retrieve value? Set list dot, you are saying okay, if it is a list dot add, then you are saying list dot get of index you are giving, right? Earlier set you have to iterate and all stuff. So now similarly if you do map dot get, you have to give, there is no index but we have a key. So if you'll see, if you want to get the value of the city, so map dot get city, if you'll say, so the output will be, if you'll print, it will be Pleasanton. Map dot get, if I'll say state, then the output will be it will give me CA California. So like that, you can give the key and you can get the values. Okay, I that one more bit advanced, but this is a very useful one. Similarly, we have a one map dot get or default. So what it means, we have a method called map dot get or default. Most of the time, all my programs we use like that. Get or default. That means if I'm saying okay, map dot get or default, give me city. If city is there, it will return you Pleasanton. What if city is not there? It will be null, right? No city. So if your program has a dependency on you are doing something on that city, it will throw you null pointer exception. So you can use at that time get or default. So if city is there, then give city, or else it can return a value called city not available, no city, or some blank value maybe it can return. For example, it will say no city or something like that way. Okay, when it can be useful, like for my case, you know if it is there, it will be return the correct city. If it is not there, then it will return you like this. When it will be useful, for example, I told you, like here we have a counter. Okay, you want to check how many, a is one time, b is repeating in a like in a character, b is repeating two times, c is repeating one time. Okay, so you are correct, counting in the string how many characters are there. So in that case you can write map, if it is a character type and it is an integer type, right? You can store the count basically. So in future, when we'll get the programming, will get more clear. But what you can write, get or default when printing. So this is character, right? So character, maybe I'm storing as, the key value I'm storing at a. I want to know a how many times is there. So if a is not there, it will return you 1. But if a is not there, that means it is 0, right? So it will read like this. So that is the meaning of get or default. If a is there, then return me the count. If a is not there, then return me 0. You can use. So most of the times map.put and map.get will use. Okay. Okay. Now I think map.keys, map.values. Okay. So before that, I told you, like here we have three values: city, Pleasanton, name, city, and state. So how will I get all the cities, all the, we have two methods like that, all the keys and all the values. So map dot keys you can get. So it will return you all the values all the keys, basically name, city and state. It will return you output name, city and state. So how it will return? It will return you in a set format, basically, because it is three values, right? It will return in a set, and you can iterate that one, and then you can, display or whatever, iterate the set. When I say iterate the set in the for loop, we have a method called, we'll go details later. We have a method called map.value. So it will values, I believe. Can I just stop the sharing? So if I'll go here, okay. So here key set, and then key set, and then values. Yeah, values. So it will return a values. So here map dot key, we have it's not key, it will give you map dot key set. I think we should have a keys also. Map dot get, map dot contents key, map dot remove set. It is returning you, it is used to return a set view of keys. So that's what I was mentioning, key, it is key set basically. So it will return you all the keys. Okay, and then for if you want to get all the values, then we have a method called map dot value. So it will give you all the values. So values will be what? Values will be Sunita, and then Pleasanton, and then CA. It will return you. Okay, and we have method like map.get a default. Okay, and another important method is, okay, how to check if this map contains Pleasanton. There may be some programming logic. Okay, check if it is there, then do something, or not there. So map contains city, or map contains this value. So we have two methods. So our city, okay, okay. So in the map now, we have written our city, sorry, name. Our map contains now what? Name, age, Sunita, and then city, age, Pleasanton. Okay, and okay, city age Pleasanton, and then state as CA. Okay, three values. Now if I want to check if my map contains this key, so I have a method called map contents key. You just have to remember all this. Once you practice, it will automatically, you will remember. So map dot contents key, so I can check map dot city. If it is there, that will return you true or false, this key contains or not. So the value will be true or false. So similarly, I can check value if I want to check my map has Pleasanton or not. So what I can do, map dot contents value. So I want to check my map contains Pleasanton or not. Then you can return true, false, based on that one. So it will check, again return, if it is there, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. Okay. Okay. Now, how to display all these values? Now my map has all these three parameters. Three values, key value pairs. How to display? Earlier you used to, in the set or list, you used to iterate, either in a for loop or for each loop, you will iterate, right, all these values. And map dot size will give you the size of the map. I know how many elements are there and not. Like set also, it is size, L also size. Okay, but to iterate through or display through each map, we have a special thing, because it is a key value pair. Name and Sunita, it is a key value pair. So that means each value, each one, it's a key value pair, right? It will have two elements. So from there again we have a key, and then we have a value, right? So we have a uh, interface. Again, it's a subclass of sub interface, like, it's map is the parent interface, and sub interface is called map.entry. So this is an interface, this is also interface, and it's a child interface of that one. Okay, so that's how, if it is your contact, we are doing like that, we are going through that way, so we mention like this, interface. So map.entry. Okay, now it has a method called entry set. So what it will give, it will give all the values in name Sunita. So like this means it will store, it will return name and Sunita, one value, and then city, and internally I'm talking about internally, it will store like the city and Pleasanton in one value, kind of a array, but kind of a set, you can say set, but all the values. Now from there, if I'm able to find, the third one is, it will give you state and then ca, like it will return like this. Now from this, I first time if I'm iterating, it will give me what, name and Sunita. The first value will give me name, second value will give me Sunita. Now next iteration, first value will give me city, second value will give me Pleasanton, right? So just the syntax of that one is, now I have a map. Again, I'll just write one more time. Map. You created the map is like this, right? Map equals to, just to so that you'll remember map. Okay. If I'm writing map string map equals to new as map, you created like this, right? And you stored all these values, map.put, did all these values, right? You all these values you did. Now to iterate, I have all these three values now, names, city, present and state. So to iterate, what you can do is, for same thing, you can iterate, use a for loop for, okay, map dot entry, and then you have a some variable you can give, like this, it's a for each loop basically, but instead of string or character, it is a map dot entry type. So map, map dot entry, so map dot entry. Now some value I'm giving, this is a some value name, entry equals to, this is important. So what is your map? My map is this, map dot entry set. I told you entry set will give like this. So map dot entry set, so this is string, this is the first part. Instead of string, you are just writing map dot entry type, and this is a variable, and this is the whole part, map dot entry set it will give. Clear, right? So map is map dot entry set, it will return you type, what it will return you a type of map dot entry. So that is the thing. Entry can be anything, it can be, some value, maybe, ch, anything, value or something, that one, but just value, it can be like this. But just for understanding, to so we are going, it's entry, that means I'm saying each entry, take each entry. So the first entry is name Sunita, second entry is city Pleasanton, like that. Okay. So now what I can do is sys out directly, or maybe for your understanding, I'm just writing like that. So now this, I told you, this entry will have what, first iteration, it will have only name and Sunita. So if I'll write, you know entry dot get key, so key is what, name, it is a type of what, string. Then I'm saying string key equals to entry dot get key, it will give me what, it will give me name. I'm saying this is an entry. From that entry, get key, it will return me the key. Now entry dot get value, I have a method called entry dot get value. Entry is what, this entry, each entry, get value, it will return me what, Sunita. So it is a type of what, string. If you have a character or string, integer, you can give like that, the string value equal to like that, entry dot get value. Now if you want to display sys out, you can display key, and then you can display value, so it will display you all these key value pairs, like that. You don't need to write like all this. So instead of this thing, instead of this, you can write in a single character, like so, or I can just, for one more time I'm writing, for map dot entry, this is straightforward, this is a variable entry, and then map dot entry set. Okay. Now if I'll write sys out directly, system.out.println, I can write directly, entry dot get key, it will give me the key, and then some spacing or something, and then I can write entry dot get value, it will give me the value. Understood? Okay. So this is how we do the maps. Let me just quickly go through the methods once. Sorry. So clear, straightforward. Map is empty. It will check map dot is empty if it's empty or not. Clone we don't need. Entry set I told you it will give you like key value pair it is giving, right? What we are using. Key set it will give you all the keys. Put it will give you where you have to name key value pair you will be passing. Put method. This is the main method. Okay, put all is separate. If you have another map and you want to put that map in this map, so you can miss put all. That means all the things it will put in a new map. Okay, we don't need. Remove put if absent if there, but we don't need. Remove is if you want to remove a value. Now you put city, you just want to remove, then you can use city. Remove you will do, it will remove that whole entry. Then you will have out of 3. Now you have only 2 entries. Okay, and then compute and we don't need compute and all stuff we don't need for now. Contents value I told you if to check contents key if map content straightforward the meaning. Okay, and then for each loop whatever we are using we don't need this one. Get or default I explained, this is the most used ones. Is empty, replace and all those steps we don't use. Values you use in dot size it will give you size. Okay, now programming also you can go by like this, right? I created hash map equal to new hash map, but I told you always use map because the beginning one map equal to new hash map interface we use. That means you are more professional like that, or you know things basically. And map dot put, so they're putting key as a integer and mango like basically kind of index and mango as a value. So they are saying here integer and that string, which type of key, which type of value. So map dot poo on 2 apple 3 banana they put, and then to iterate all these 3, see we are using map dot entry m, map dot entry set, what I mentioned like that, and then m dot get key, m dot get value. So that means it will print 1 mango 2 apple 3 banana grapes. It might come, it is showing like this, but it might come in a different order because map doesn't store any order because it's a hash map, right? So similarly no duplicates, map doesn't store duplicate. That means okay, you are storing 1 mango 2 apple 3 banana 1 grapes, and if you store one more time one some other fruits like orange or something, that means this 1 mango will be replaced by 1 dot orange. No duplicates, duplicates means it doesn't care about value. Duplicate means key. So if you are storing, sorry my bad again, so if you are storing suppose 1 mango you are storing, now same 1 2 3, now you are storing 1 on grapes, so that means it will overwrite this one value because only one can be there, only one key can be there. Value can be duplicate, doesn't matter, only one key. So this one now instead of mango it will replace grape. Now you can say 1 grapes 2 apples 3 banana, right? Okay.